In a quiet coastal city, where the sea always seemed to speak in half-finished sentences, there lived a girl named Mira who had stopped trusting names for things. Not because she was confused, but because she had begun to notice something strange. Everything she experienced was happening before she ever had a word for it. One evening, she sat on the steps of an old library, facing the ocean. The sky was folding itself into shades of gold and violet, but Mira was thinking about sunsets. She was thinking about how it felt to see one before she ever called it a sunset. A man beside her, an older librarian who often read without turning pages, noticed her silence. "You were watching it differently," he said. Mira hesitated. "I think I am watching it before I understand it." He nodded, as if that made perfect sense. That's where most people stop. They jump from seeing to labeling. They forget the middle space. Yeah. Oh. The middle space? She asked. The moment of pure experience, he said. Before thought steps in and rearranges it into something familiar. Mira looked back at the sea. The waves didn't feel like waves anymore. They were rising, collapsing, returning. Each one slightly different, like breaths that never repeated themselves the same way. For the first time, she noticed how much of her world was automatic. She never saw the wind before. She only saw trees moving. She never felt silence before, only the absence of sound. "What happens if I stay in that middle space?" she asked. The librarian smiled faintly. "Then the world stops being a collection of objects. It becomes an unfolding presence." That night, Mira walked home slowly. Not because she was lost, but because everything felt newly present. The streetlights didn't mean light poles anymore. They were glowing pauses in the dark. Her footsteps weren't walking. They were rhythms happening under her awareness. Even her thoughts felt less like conclusions and more like passing clouds she did need to hold on to. Days passed like this. She began noticing how anger arrived before the word anger formed. How joy appeared in the body before it became happiness. How even memories weren't stored like files, but relived as sensations that changed each time they returned. One afternoon, she returned to the library. The librarian was gone. Only a note remained on the table. Phenomenology is not something you learn. It is something you notice has always already been happening. Mira sat down, not disappointed, but strangely complete. Outside, the sea kept speaking in half-finished sentences, and for once, she did try to translate it. She just let it be what it was, before meaning arrived.